everyone. My name is Chloe Hiller, and welcome back to Convos with Chlo. And today we have Miss Linnea. So go ahead and introduce yourself and give us a fun fact.
Okay, I am Linnea Kerber, and a fun fact about me is I am an identical twin. So someone is out there who looks
Yes,
exactly like me.
yes, Linnea and Camille. They were the two twins. They were the best. Fun fact, guys, I actually went to elementary school with Linnea and her twin sister Camille. And we were
Facts.
actually really good friends in the third and fourth grade. And we have
We're
just
besties.
we were besties. We did ice skating. I was putting that at everybody's house. It was me, Linnea, and Camille, and all the rest of our friends years. Now we're in college and living our best life. So I'm excited for us. So first question. So what is your business slash what do you do for a living? I know you're a student, but talk about some other things besides you being a student.
Doing musical theater and being in musicals is something that I really want to pursue professionally after college, and more on the dance side of things because I have a lot of dance background. I love dancing, so I'd want to be kind of on captaining or like ensemble, kind of leading, maybe choreographing in the far future. I don't know. But that's kind of my arts trajectory. And then I also actually own my own marketing business right now. It's pretty small, but I do market for a couple different brands and just kind of starting up my entrepreneurship side of life.
That is so amazing to be so young and already have a business and kind of have what you want to do in life in the back of your brain. What ways have you been able to follow your dreams to get where you are today? And how has that affected you personally?
I auditioned for literally every single musical, every single dance performance, every single dance company, every like I was just in the audition room as much as I physically could be so that I could get experience auditioning and also then, I mean, as you would hope, get experience performing. So I did a lot of musicals in middle school and high school, lots of dance performances and stuff. So that's kind of how I've already started to, forge my path, as they say. But just actually like get my foot in the door with like legitimate experience on the arts end of things. And that definitely grew me personally because I'm sure, Chloe, you know, like being in front of an audition panel and you're just like standing there and they can cut you for whatever reason they want. So it kind of builds your thick skin a little bit, a lot of it. But also just like teaches you how to persevere and keep going.
I can only imagine how much perseverance and energy that takes and how much
Energy.
practice. I was just about to say, you guys, you sing, you dance, you're moving props, you're putting stuff together. And I'm just like, watching it is absolutely incredible. But of course, putting it together, I'm sure, is a lot more work, but also very fulfilling when it's complete and
Oh,
finally
absolutely.
done. How have you identified your strengths in your career and in your life?
Anyone who knows me knows I do 5,000 things on the daily. And so that's actually been really, really helpful to me to know where my strengths lie because there's always going to be a leader of that organization and yeah, I have some leadership roles, but having a leader above you who can utilize your strengths and can kind of identify them and help you identify them too, like give you tasks that are like, oh, I'm really bad at this, or oh, I'm pretty good at this, that's random. It can be super helpful because putting yourself in environments that are challenging can show you, well, what is my best way to deal with challenge. For me, being involved in a lot of things, sure, it's exciting and it can be overwhelming as well, but it's also like a good way to learn my strengths and be able to learn new skills as well to apply those strengths and to work on weaknesses. That's
Right.
something I'm realizing a lot entering college. I was just like, oh wow, I'm on my own, I don't know how to do XYZ, or I don't have great discipline. That was something for me. And so having to force myself to figure that out within these activities has been like a really beneficial experience.
Being thrown into the adult-ish world. I have to say ish because, we're still
Ish.
freshmen. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit harder when you're not exactly living by yourself, but
Yeah.
it's still such a learning experience trying to, like, I was signing up, just an example, I was signing up for my housing
Mm-hmm.
for next year. And they were like, well, you have to sign all this and sign all that. And I'm a youngin' too. I literally just turned 18 in December.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, Mom, do you have to sign this? Or do I have to sign it? Or do we have to sign it? And she's like, no, you're a legal adult. You can sign this on your own. And of course,
Crazy.
having the discipline, like I don't have anybody to come in here and tell me, hey, you have an 8 a.m. to get up for, and you need to get ready, and you need to do this, and you need to do
Right.
that. And having assignments, like your teachers aren't looking for you to be like, hey, you need to turn this in. Hey, you need to do this. and especially also prepping for even just Miss Arizona Teen USA in May, I'm just like thinking about it, I'm like, "Hey, that's right there. That is May's right there." And I'm like, have I have finals, I have all this stuff to do. But of course, like for me personally, having a checklist and trying to keep myself accountable like that right there, my whiteboard, keeping myself accountable, having it somewhere where I can see it every day is something that has really been beneficial to me. What can you do now to be successful in the future?
For me, it comes down to small daily habits. The way you talk to yourself and whatever you're consuming, and that's kind of broad, but like what you're listening to, what you're watching. I mean, I guess what you're eating to a certain extent, but we don't go there. You know, just whatever you're like listening to and watching and reading and whatever, that's all going to affect your mindset. And like I said, your mindset is so important. It's the main thing that can hold you back. And so for me, having habits of listening to, informative podcasts, reading every day. I read every single day. It's hard even when I'm tired, but like reading a book that's personal development focused and focused on building you and the way you think and stuff, that's super valuable in my opinion. And for me, conquering small fears every day.
Like we knew it was gonna be hard, but then
Yeah.
we actually got here and we were like, wait, let's take a pause. We didn't actually think about how hard it was actually gonna be. And then
I totally agree with you. I think there's so much that's not glamorous about just
yeah,
like the mental and emotional transition from high school to
yes,
college. It's a lot. You're by yourself often, and so the way that you think about things is just kind of like in your face.
yeah,
So
absolutely. Like I really wish that in high school they actually told us about, like I know they told us about how college is exactly going to be, but like you didn't really get the experience until it's like
no,
right
no,
in
no.
your face. It didn't really hit me until my parents left out the door and I was like,
Yeah.
what am I gonna eat for dinner?
Facts.
What do you wish you would have known as you guys started on this path?
If I could go back and tell myself, like, the only thing holding you back is you. You just need to take that leap of faith. You need to just face it till you make it. I don't like fake it till you make it. I like face it till you make it. Just face your
Yeah,
fears, and if you do that, then you'll be able to actually have success. Because there's been times where I wasn't gonna audition for something because I was like, oh, I'll never get it. I'm not good enough. I'm not whatever enough. And it's like, well, why not just try? You're gonna get experience learning if you don't get it, and then if you get it, well, goodness gracious, look what you just did for
right.
yourself and what you almost missed out on. So definitely just like don't hold yourself back and take risks, I guess.
I am definitely gonna start using that "face it till you make it." I absolutely love that. Needs to be a famous quote. I need to put that right here.
Yeah, because I don't think anyone's really ever faking anything. You're
Yeah,
just facing your fear. You're building the courage.
right. Do you think having a goal is helpful in motivating the person? Why or why not?
Not that I have a life plan planned out, but like if I didn't have goals of like when I want to do certain things with performing and when I want to hit certain marks in my business and stuff, then I would not be motivated whatsoever to actually go do the work because like it's hard. Doing daily habits is hard.
Right.
But when you have a goal, it makes it first of all measurable. So like when you hit something, when you hit a goal, you know you've achieved something. I'm a big believer in take something big, break it down as small as possible and do like the smallest things you can so that you are not overwhelming yourself with the big picture. So I think, and another thing I think is something you can do is find a mentor. I have a lot of mentors in the performing world as well as two specific ones in kind of like the business and entrepreneurship world. And it is so important for me to have someone who is in the future place in life that I want to be. Because first of all, it builds your belief that like I can be there, and then also just to have an example of okay, what path did they take, and how can the decisions that I make every day help me to follow a similar path.
I absolutely love having a mentor. I know throughout pageantry, a lot of people call them coaches as well.
Okay.
But honestly, to me, it's not about having a coach. It's about, well, obviously, it's about having a coach. Sometimes they can take you to the next level, but someone you can also talk to, not just about pageantry, but of course about life and what you're going
Right.
through. And that's part of it. When you hit that stage, it's really hard to let go all the things that are rummaging through your mind 24/7. And so luckily I was able to not only have a life mentor but also a pageant mentor that also has been through the same experiences that I have and can give me so much advice about what I'm doing and how I can improve, and not in a negative way, but just a suggestive way, and to really
Right.
guide me on the path to greatness. And, of course, sometimes the crown, not even just sometimes the crown, it's about the small goals throughout your path that you can reach,
Yeah.
and being able to accomplish that is probably the best thing that
Mhm.
can really happen to you.
And something I love about mentorship is it's not someone telling you what to do and like giving you the steps and feeding you just like everything you need to go, but it's helping you figure them out for yourself in like a good like productive way. And that's
Right.
something I really thrive on. I don't like people telling me what to do, but if you're gonna
Right.
like direct me and ask me questions
Right.
that are gonna help direct me, I think that's so valuable.
Right. I love that. Don't tell me what to do. Just give me the tools. Give me the tools to be able to ask the right questions for the right people as well. I
Yes.
think that is super
Yes.
important. Which of your goals have you already achieved?
I auditioned over winter break for a musical this summer, and I unfortunately wasn't cast, but that actually was not even like a huge disappointment because I got called back for the lead. And so I was super hyped, yeah, because even though I
Yes.
didn't get it, it was still it's a professional production, and so it was a validation of like, okay, someone saw potential in me. They wanted to offer me a second chance, and like maybe I'm not prepared for that role at this moment, but I'm at least on the right track.
Right
So
on that path. That is so incredible. I'm sure that
thanks.
was an exciting moment for you too. Answering the
Oh,
phone, you're like,
oh yeah. Me and the roommates were screaming.
I know you were.
It
That
was
is so
so
incredible.
fun.
I'm excited
Yeah.
for you.
I love that you said you have your whiteboard in front of you. I think another thing that I mean you already mentioned this, but like so important, have your goals in front of you.
Absolutely.
Have a vision board. I know that's so like
Oh,
Pinterest cheesy, but like put
so
what you want in front of you so you are always
I
reminded.
I love vision boards. I feel like I don't know if you know, but I used to have my annual vision board parties back in a couple. What? It was a really long time ago, but not even a really long time ago, but I had three, and they were called Dream, Believe, and Achieve vision board parties, and there were girls that all across Arizona that would come and put their vision boards together, and we would talk about the importance of visually laying out your dreams, which is like, oh gosh, I totally like it. Vision boards have been such a really important part of me growing up because my mom taught me about them. And of course, we used to just do them for fun when I was little, and I'd put like cars and jewelry on them. But of course, as I got older, I actually had to put my actual dreams in front of me. Of course, like I don't have an exact vision board right now. I have one at home, but a lot of the affirmations that I have on my wall are something that I feed into. I know it's a lot on my wall, please, but it's
Oh,
something I feed into, and like something that I really take into account. Like all of my inner thoughts and my positive feelings like go on my wall, and that's a visual thing. I'm a very visual person. And so of course writing out my dreams and having my good energy, my plants, that's just how I visually just like I'm important. Here's what we got to do. And so yeah, that's also a really important part that I think a lot of people don't touch on, the visual
yes,
aspect of things
yes.
as well.
Oh, I love it. I love your wall.
Ah, thank you. Okay, thank you so much, Linnea, for coming
Of
on.
course.
I seriously appreciate you, and of course, I look up to you, even though it's
Oh, you too. I love
so
watching you
amazing.
pageant and kill it and all that. And I'm so excited to support you with Miss Teen Phoenix USA.
This Arizona Team USA,
Miss
really close.
Arizona
It's
Teen
so
USA. You
close.
can
You were
edit
so
that out. You can fix it. I'm
close.
sorry.
It's okay. Thank you so much, Linnea.